There's a chance that you either think that all Slytherins are evil or that Severus Snape was a good guy, and I'm here to tell you that you're both wrong. Hey, it's Liz, and it's Monday, but before we get started, I have the cutest little additions to my background that I want to show you. I got the tiny Dan and Phil pastel plushies. They're so cute! I love it. That makes 5 plushies in my background, which, I mean, not that you can see the ones that are up there, but still. You know what? I don't even care. Look at how cute these are. If you remember from last week, we were talking about why Hufflepuffs are amazing, and if you didn't watch that video, then, click on up here and watch that video. But this week, we are talking about Slytherins. In other words, my house, if you couldn't tell. Slytherins. We're great. We have a very bad reputation, but we're great. Let's talk about that reputation for a moment, though. There are a lot of dark wizards that have come from the Slytherin house, and see, I hopped on the Google to do a little bit of research before, talking about it, because like with Hufflepuff, despite being a Slytherin, I didn't want to say anything that was incorrect. As I was doing this, there was a lot of good stuff on the Wikia, and I will leave that down below if you want to check it out. But when I was reading through some of the Pottermore articles and stuff, I was like, wow, this all sounds like it was written by someone who doesn't believe any of the things that they're saying. The defenses of Slytherin sound very forced, and you keep using Snape as a defense. Why would I, a Slytherin, not take the defense that Snape was a good guy? Because Snape wasn't a good guy. He emotionally abused 11-year-olds, okay? If Neville's greatest fear was Snape, I'm sorry. That's a problem. You know what happened to Neville's parents? His greatest fear should not have been his teacher. Also, I really don't think that feeling like you were friend-zoned by Lily Potter really counts. I will not be defending Snape in this video, so if you're hoping for that, you can just... ain't gonna happen. As someone who is an abuse survivor, I will never find myself in the position of defending someone who was abusive. Be all end all. But let's talk about the good Slytherins and the good qualities of Slytherins. Slytherins are ambitious and cunning and resourceful. We are strong leaders. We are achievement oriented. We are determined, and we have a tendency to think through all possible outcomes to any particular situation. This is because our nature is very much focused on self-preservation, which is actually, fine, believe it or not. This whole self-preservation thing, added on top of all of the other traits associated with Slytherins, leads to some people being in Slytherin who are Slytherins because they have to be. I'm talking about your Regulus Blacks, who may not have necessarily had a bad nature, but then had to learn how to be cunning and lie to keep themselves safe. It is incredibly hard to befriend a Slytherin because, to be honest, I don't know if it's just me and book characters who are Slytherins, or if it's you guys too, fellow Slytherins. Let me know in the comments. But I find that I have, a very difficult time trusting people enough to really consider them a friend. It takes, forever to actually become friends with somebody else. And that might be Slytherins, that might just be me. Point being, while it does take a while, once you're our friend, you're our friend. We will fight for you. I don't have many friends, but the ones that I do have, I would go to the ends of the earth for. I would throw down with anyone who dared say a bad word about them, which is why in last week's video I mentioned that, Hufflepuffs, if someone's giving you a hard time about being a Hufflepuff, find a Slytherin that you're friends with, because we will destroy them. Slytherins can pretty much do anything that they set their minds to, and sometimes that just means eating this entire large pizza, but other times it means writing a really long book because they had this idea and now they have to do it. Or, Slytherins. I know that it sounds like I'm tooting my own horn here because I am a Slytherin, but listen, okay? we're pretty great when it comes to doing the things that we want to do because we think, yeah, that's a thing, I want to do it, I'm going to do it, and then we do it. Like I said last week, the reason that I want to address the reason that all of the houses are amazing is because when we find that place that we feel we would fit in a work of fiction, there's like nothing cooler than that. It's like, yes, I get to identify with this entire group of characters and know that if I was in this world, this is where I would be. That's amazing. And when you get sorted into Slytherin, it's a little bit like, oh, does that mean I'm bad? And then you try and pull off jokes, because, you know, sometimes we do like villains, but at the end of the day, there's not much to like about Harry Potter's villains, and you wonder what that says about you, because you suddenly remember book 1, when people got sorted into Slytherin, and 3/4 of the school booed. And they were 11, excited to be at wizard school, and you kind of feel that, because you just logged on to Pottermore for the first time. Excited to pretend to be at wizard school. Then you read the welcome letter, and you find out that Merlin was a Slytherin. And you find out that they're not all bad. That actually there are a good number of good wizards and witches who come from Slytherin. It's important to know that it's okay to like being a Slytherin. I mean, my goodness, I have so much Slytherin-related merch around my room, and you will see me wearing it throughout so many videos. It's okay to be proud of being a Slytherin, because it just means that you're ambitious and cunning and a strong leader and determined and resourceful and someone who will probably stop at nothing to achieve what they want to achieve. And sometimes that's not good, but a lot of times it's fantastic. So many people have dreams that they feel like they'll never be able to achieve, and then there's just us. And we're like, yeah, I can do that. And you know how I know I'm gonna be able to do that? Because I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna do it. Of course, does it take us a while to get to that frame of thinking? Of course. The point is that we have the ambition and the determination deeply rooted within us to drive us to those goals. A few honorable mentions: Andromeda Tonks, Merlin, Albus Severus Potter, and Regulus Black. I also saw Oris Slughorn keep popping up in these articles I was reading, so I'll throw him in there too. I won't go too much into detail on literally any of them, because I don't know, I feel like the good Slytherins, you know who they are because they're so few and far in between when it comes to having names in the books, but the truth is that, like, even Salazar Slytherin was not a good guy. He was terrible, okay? House founder, the worst. He's like literally the reason that stereotype that Slytherins have it out against Muggle-borns and non-pure bloods. He's the reason that exists. The point of the matter is that there were a lot of bad Slytherins. There were good Slytherins too. And to just kind of tear Slytherins down, let's not do that. Let's build each other up. Slytherins, you're cool. We're cool. We can do just about anything, and that's really awesome. Anyways, if you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you have more reasons that Slytherins are awesome, leave them in the comments below. And if you are a Slytherin, let me know so we can, like, Slytherin, bro it out. You know, I know that I get really rambly when it comes to topics like this, so there's not really one track to stay on, and I don't know that this was as bubbly and fun as last week's was, but I do hope that you guys enjoyed it. You can follow me in the links in the description box below, as well as check out the one article that I will be linking down there about Slytherins. Be a bro, share this video with another bro, and if you have not done so yet, subscribe, because I make new videos every Monday.